Not all anxiety is bad. We actually need anxiety in our everyday lives. It keeps us safe when there's danger. It also helps us focus or pay attention when there's really important things that we want to pay attention to. Here are a few tips that you can use in terms of dealing with that anxiety that's actually a bit problematic. So one tip that's really simple is that you just change your breathing. And in particular, it's just taking really slow, deep, relaxed breaths into your tummy, into your diaphragm area, where you're breathing slowly for a count of 5, you hold for 1, breathe out for another count of 5, hold for 1 and repeat. And what this basically does is it calms your heart rate, which calms your body, and it's really hard to feel anxious if you've got a calm body. Yoga is a really good example of how we can slow down. What it involves us doing is just having a focus in terms of the yoga exercise. It again calms our breathing, it relaxes our body, and it's a mindfulness-like experience that just helps settle us. We all know that nature is something that makes us feel good. If on your lunch break you're feeling really stressed or anxious, what you might do is just go for a bit of a walk, find a park, and either sit or just walk among some trees, and you'll notice that you actually feel quite a bit better. Now, this one might sound like common sense, but it's really, really essential for managing anxiety, and that is just getting enough sleep. Sometimes we let the pressures of work dictate how much sleep we get, but just by getting those 8 hours will keep your anxiety under wraps and you'll feel much, much better. When we have anxious thoughts buzzing around in our heads, they're not being held limit to the bounds of or laws of reality because of our imagination. And so a really simple thing you can do is just to write down your worries or anxieties that you have. When you take them out of your head and you put them down on paper, what it does is it applies the laws of reality. And so then when we look at it, we can go, oh, actually, maybe that is not so bad, or maybe that's actually the same thought I've had again and again. And so that can help settle out anxiety. Now, something that's a little bit harder, but is really beneficial for changing the way we relate to our mind and our anxious thoughts, is to actually reflect on them each day. So at the end of the day, putting 10-15 minutes aside and just ask yourself, how often or how many times have my anxious thoughts actually come true today? Or did they actually turn out as bad as I thought they would? And by reflecting on that, we'll actually get to see that it's very, very rare that the things that we worry about will actually turn out as bad as we think that they will. And so what that does over time, if you do this regularly, is that it helps you change your relationship with your mind, and you start to realize that, okay, maybe that thought I'm having is not so bad and I can just let it go as it's happening.